tired with the promises that led us to a lot of damages. We tired with that speech they preach indeed, and now you need to deceive us. The thing we saw, it frustrates us. So why can't you lie? Why can't you steal? Why can't you allow the citizens to breathe? You see, we just tell you that why we voted you. But you fool us, you screw us, you use us and later on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. They lie. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. I said they lie. The people fool us, so the people lie to us. The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they go knock the corrupt. No one to trust. My people, no one to hope on. Nobody. My hope that I have been broken. I'm telling you, brother. So where are the schools? Where are the roads? Where are the jobs that they say they could afford? But they're too selfish. The people tired with their rhetoric. People tired, they tired. You see the reason why we ask why the government betray. They have enough of time, but yeah, instead they delay. People suffer. No work, but people crying for hunger. Look at. Your vision and your mission, your intention to the nation, they poor. You got nothing to show. Nothing. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. They lie. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. I said they lie. The people fool us, so the people lie to us. The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they go knock the corrupt.
You've been very strong speaking out against Mr. George Weah. Why do you think he would be the wrong person to rule this country?
He was the world best, European best, Africa best, all the best, right? He made so much money. We are told $93 million. I stand to be corrected in this amount. But he made so much money to the extent that the United Nations looked at him and made him what? United Nations ambassador for UNICEF to donate his money to suffering children around the world. How many children in Liberia did he prioritize? Nothing. There's no George Weah Foundation, there's no sports academy, there's no recreation center, there's no public library for public school students. There is absolutely nothing. Money is gone. You want to be president to set over our resources. The same way you mismanage yours, you will mismanage ours. That's what I think. We fear rigging. We fear rigging. If there's a rig election, we fear national civil response by the people of this country.
You fear that she might use her power not to rig for maybe the Unity Party, but for her new favorite candidate now?
Well, she's a politician, is a very tricky person. A politician is unpredictable. So she might, because her son is in CDC. She might, and then Senator Gbazong Afili, that she has been supporting all along and interacting with, is also in CDC. McIntosh is in CDC. A lot of prominent people from the executive mansion, they are in CDC. So she might be carrying out a diversionary tactics while at the same time be aiming at somebody no one is thinking of. Nobody knows. Because her second cousin is Bronsky. Bronsky's mother, Ellen's mother, were first cousin. So Ellen and Bronsky are second cousin. Okay? So her son is in CDC. All of these people with Ellen are in CDC. So people might say, oh, you know, because her son is in CDC, she might rig in favor. No. She might possibly rig in favor of somebody I've been hearing about, perhaps Ellis Cummings. The stranger in the political terrain. But it's possible.
everybody in Liberia is, of course, praying for peaceful elections. But if there are signs of the kind of rigging that you just mentioned, what is the way forward then?
We want peace. We need peace. We deserve peace. But because we need peace, we deserve peace, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, who also signed onto that document, she live by the peace, by being neutral in our election. The only say I believe she can have is to put a one vote, in the one vote, but not to interfere. Nobody want to run away. I have established foundation. I have big schools, and we graduate students every year. They pass Weah. We don't want any trouble here, but we cannot spend our millions for election and you go and rig.
So if
that happens, there will be a national civil response. A national civil response.
what method?
As a national civil response, they will use the constitution because their peace and their future will be in danger. So they will respond
Well,
to
what
say
exactly
no to
does it
regulation.
mean? What does it exactly mean, this response?
A national civil response, it could be the movement of the people to say no to regulation through a peaceful demonstration, through a stay-at-home demonstration.
Let me say good morning to my listeners this morning, many of whom are Liberian. We will give you the play-by-play description about President Josh Weah. His so-called friend, how this man became a millionaire, and who introduced Josh Weah to this millionaire from Burkina Faso. And so we will also give you a clear understanding about the Inter-Finance Agreement, the book of and corrupt company, who the company have been booted out of Singapore. The reason because this company have been dormant. And so we'll give you all of the latest happenings in our country. Not only that, we will also give you a play-by-play description about what is happening in our country, the constitutional violation by our president. Article 39, Article 37 of the Code of Conduct. I get half facts. And so this morning, invite your friend, let them listen. I am your lead host, Abraham K. Kamara. And this morning, we will discuss this individual that God have given us, the calamity that have appeared in our land. And that calamity is Ambassador Josh Weah. And also we'll dive into the issues of the so-called tariff reduction. What is it that the Lebanese people goods that they import in our country are not listed? Chicken feet added one mosquito coil. And so we are saying that was not a good move by the government. What is it that you don't have cereal? You don't have needle milk. What is it that you don't have bulk of the goods that are in Abidjan supermarket not on our list? And so for us, what is it that rest is not on it? And so the Liberian people will get a clear understanding. Let us quickly go into the issue. No time to waste this morning. Let me first of all inform our audience. My name is Abraham K. Kamara, coming to you live from the state of Pennsylvania, the city of brotherly love and sisterly affection. Over the periods of time, we have been yearning for power. The Liberian people have been zealously looking for someone that they can trust. And then we went to the election. Today, Ambassador Weah. You know, it may sound funny, the clip that you just saw. That clip is a clear indication that even praying while Johnson is not satisfied. That clip is a clear indication that George Manuel Weah could not be a good president and was not going to be a good president for the Republic of Liberia. Looking at where we came from and where we was. Who is this guy that we've been hearing about? Let me take your mind back a little bit to Chancellor administration. You can recall that during Chancellor administration, you had demon forces. You had the anti-terrorist unit, the ATU. You can recall that during even Samido administration, they also had SATU. Get that clear understanding. I am gradually taking you to the historical analysis of our country. You can also recall that when the demon forces came in town in our country, during Chancellor administration, when the demon forces came, these demon forces, they could not speak English. So they refer to them as the demon forces. These guys came from where? This guy actually came from Burkina Faso. Blaise Compaoré at the time, Blaise Compaoré was the person who gave Chancellor 700 manpower to be trained in our country to initiate the formation of what we call the ATU. Then we saw the guys coming to town fully dressed. The ATU came to town. They could not speak English. All they could do, understand, these guys will point at the direction they want you to go with the gun. Reason because this guy could not speak English. The so-called billionaire or millionaire from Burkina Faso was the logistic officer at the time to Blaise Compaoré. For a Mamadou to be a millionaire without affiliating or associating with Blaise Compaoré at the time in Burkina Faso, that is imaginable. That happens. It was this same millionaire guy who was linking manpower and also supplying Chancellor. Listen to Chancellor testimony in The Hague. Chancellor make it clear that his logistics came from Burkina Faso. And the logistic officer at the time was this so-called millionaire who is the friend of President George Manuel Weah. It is a blatant lie that George Manuel Weah started knowing this man long ago. That is not true. That is not something that I want for the Liberian people to believe. He is a serious disaster. Now, that man, he was the logistic officer at the time. And you know the functions of a logistic officer under the administration of Blaise Compaoré. Blaise Compaoré, who was a good friend of the president, President Charles MacArthur Gange Taylor. Emmanuel Shaw, along with former Vice President Moses Blah, they were all three and they met in Libya at the time with Muammar Gaddafi. They met Muammar Gaddafi, and the friendship between Charles Taylor and Blaise Compaoré started on that line. Emmanuel Shaw and this criminal Emmanuel Shaw and this so-called millionaire from Burkina Faso, they have been a long-time friend before George Manuel Weah could even think about becoming president for the Republic. You can recall that long times ago, that President Weah, at the time he was playing soccer, there was a time that President Taylor told the Liberian people that George Manuel Weah wanted to be president. And after that, George Manuel Weah said he was leaving the country and never to come back. And the Liberian people said at the time that Taylor wanted to kill him. What happened? You think who leaked that information to Charles Taylor? It was criminal Emmanuel, crooked Emmanuel Shaw. It was the same Emmanuel Shaw in 1971. In 1971, the same Emmanuel Shaw, who today the seditions are jubilating and indicating that yes, indeed, he is a good man. In 1971, it was the same Emmanuel Shaw that was with Tobo at the time. When they came Tobo, the same Emmanuel Shaw started doing business and supplying the Liberian government with fuel oil. Similar job that Musa Hassan Belete is doing currently as we speak. The same crooked shop again turned around and decided to supply dough at the time. Emmanuel Shaw alarmed himself. He alarmed himself with dough at the time, convinced Samido for them to get the plane. The most talk about plane, the American plane, Mr. the Liberian plane. It was Emmanuel Shaw that motivated Samido for them to get the plane. When they got the plane, when they walking into our country, Emmanuel Shaw could not. And so the Liberian people plane. When Emmanuel Shaw was asked, he said the Liberian government owed him millions of dollars because he supplied the Liberian government at the time with fuel. They see Emmanuel Shaw. In 2012, when President Weah, when President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf wanted to appoint Emmanuel Shaw as a board chair for the Aviation Authority, the current job that Emmanuel Nukwe is occupying, the former speaker, Emmanuel Nukwe, it was the seditions that said that Emmanuel Shaw is not in the interest of the Liberian people. They see Emmanuel Shaw. They see Emmanuel Shaw was the one who was alarming with the so-called millionaire when he was supplying Taylor with arm and ammunition. You saw a few years back, you saw the SOD, the SOD guys at the time, they were wearing overall black uniform. That uniform was supplied by the so-called millionaire that President George Manuel Weah is indicating that this man's hand is clean. The same millionaire. It was the same man. You know how Blaise Compaoré came to power in Burkina Faso. I don't need to go into that. You know Blaise Compaoré was the one who masterminded the killing of Thomas Sankara. But let us come to our country, Liberia. So it is how this BN, why is it that today the same millionaire and the Benin president, the current president of Benin, why is it that both of them have an issue because the current president of Benin has realized that this man is the BN. Now, if the real story for this plea that the Liberian people are jubilating and indicating that yes, indeed, George Manuel Weah, you will hear more story about it. More story will come. More story will come about this plane. Just few weeks ago, we indicated on this platform that this plane worth, it was purchased for $14.5 million. The actual worth today is about 30 million. We said that. We want you to also look at few things. If it is true, this is in the interest of the Liberian people. Let us go to the first loan, the 536. Let us go to the 536. Then we will come to the 420. And then we will give our audience the chance for them to be able to participate on the talk show. What is the security of the loan? What is the insurance of the loan? The same loan that we are talking about, what is the insurance of it? Where in case in time to come, when the Liberian people are unable to pay this money, what happens? What have been the record? Because look, China and the European Union, they are willing to loan money to our country. But they are telling us that they want a clear understanding on black and white how this money will be used. Ghana just took $2 billion from the Chinese government. That is bilateral agreement between country and country. But no, this calamity government, this government that is not in the interest of our people, this government that continue to violate constitutions, they prefer going to a 419, having the clear understanding that even those that around President Weah, they don't love those guys started eating the country money long ago. It is the C. Emmanuel Shaw, who is the economic advisor to Weah, who also just few days ago brought confusion between Weah Taylor and President Weah. Because Emmanuel Shaw started knowing Weah Taylor from Charles Taylor days. They see Emmanuel Shaw. Let us look at the loan. In less than 7 months, the new government have put us to the point of 1 billion. Let us think about that. Let us think about what is the record of this company, the Atom? What is their record? What have they done? Because in order for you to determine whether this company is a good company, you look at the historical analysis of the company, what they have done before. The Liberian people don't deserve the kind of treatment that we are currently undergoing. We don't deserve that. Now, you will get the clear understanding, no insurance bond, no construction past history bound in the loan agreement. Moreover, what have been the history of this company? This company, let me give you a clear facts. This company, first when they started, this company registered in Singapore. We will deal with the 536, then we'll come to the 420. This company was registered in Singapore, and their registration number, just for my audience, their registration number at the time in Singapore was 2005-109-84K. That is their registration number. The same company says they registered at the time, since 2005. Since 2005, this company registered. To your utmost surprise, since 2005 up to present, the company have been completely dormant. And so the government of Singapore struck them off. You know, when a government struck your company off, that means the company is not doing something right. So they revoke your registration they revoke your license. They also revoke everything that you deserve at the time. That's what happened to the Airtel company. Then they went to another country in Asia, which you guys know. At the end result, the same book of company that we are talking about that have been struck off, and in fact their name and registration number, the guys feel him for the people. They came and then decided to fund this company because the government has said they have been dormant, for them to be able to move. So the ladies with crooked Emmanuel Shaw, who have been traveling through or who have not been in government since Chancellor left, the same Shaw encouraged George and Weah. But before that could happen, Emmanuel Shaw went through Mr. Bernard. Mr. Bernard, if you can recall, he is the husband of Sis Jenny. Sis Jenny having to be the sister of Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Sis Jenny's husband is the current legal advisor to the president of the Republic of Liberia. Sis Jenny's husband is the legal advisor. And Mr. Bernard, who was friendly with Taylor then, also convinced the same government, convinced them for them to go to Asia, including the finance minister, for them to go sign for a loan. And that loan was signed. In 100 days, the money will be into the Liberian people account to Central Bank. And what happened? What happened? Charles Taylor, who is seriously in the Hague, Emmanuel Shaw and the vice president are not on good footing. He also went and told George Weah that yes, indeed, they don't want to be president after you. And so at the end result, you saw both of them going and knucklehead. Now, I'm not here to convince you, for you to say, oh yes, indeed, you will believe what I have to say. But this man who they claim he is a millionaire, how have the Liberian people get the clear understanding how this man got his money? How this man became friend of the president? We see trouble in our land. We see disaster. We see our country going on the wrong path. We see problems in our land. Up to now, as we speak, Ministry of Health and Social Welfare, the workers have not taken pay. The next thing the seditions want ought to be jubilating for, the tariff. They said they reduced tariff on 2,000 goods, Liberian goods. It would interest you to know that the compound that President Weah is building, his house, we said it on this platform that President Weah came to the presidency actually broke. If you claim that you are transparent, who should we believe? You want the Liberian people to believe Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, who told the international community that she left money in a cover. You want us to believe you that just come in? Or we should believe the person that just leaving? If that is the case, why can't you carry on an audit? But that will not be done. I said it and I will continue to say it. And attempt for George Manuel Weah to audit Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. That is the beginning of President Weah problem. That is the beginning. That will be the beginning of President Weah problem. When you talk 536 million loan. In total, the interest for that loan is 62 million. And when you are trying to bring something to your mind, the interest that we will pay is 62 million. The total amount that we will be paying, the Liberian people will be paying, is 600 million. You talk 536. The interest is actually 62 million. And in total, the Liberian people will be paying 600 million. You went Aboma, this BM millionaire from Burkina Faso. How can you, the PPCC law, President Weah continue to shoot himself in the legs? How can you give the national legislature 2 weeks? And the president has also selected the company. But let me inform our audience, few road they talk about. That road will not be paved, but the so-called money is a blatant lie. The road from Ganta, from Nimba to Africos, that is the World Bank project. That is the World Bank project that was left by the government. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. And then you take in loan, you say you will pave the corridor. You will pave the corridor of the major street in Monrovia, including bridges in Monrovia. President Weah, that is not also true. This is a clear indication that this president is a being. President Weah, the way in which, according to Prince Johnson, he mismanaged his own wealth. He mismanaged his so-called million, as we were told. As we were told that President Weah received almost to 90 million when he was playing soccer. The way in which he mismanaged his own money. That's how this man has continued to mismanage the state of affairs of our country. Have you realized why is it that the so-called tariff reductions in our country, mosquito coil, chicken feet, pig feet, cow skin, look, machex and other stuff. Look, the truth here is President Weah dare President Weah to put the name of goods that the Lebanese people bring in our country. I dare the CDC government to do so. Mosquito coil, chicken feet are brought in by Liberian businessmen and women. So the strategy there is, let us put these goods on the list to blindfold the people. Is flour not supposed to be on our list? Flour. Sugar not supposed to be on our list? Rice not supposed to be on our list? Needle milk not supposed to be on our list? Cereal not supposed to be on our list? Bulk of the goods that are in Abidjan supermarket, Supreme and other places are not on the list. Are not on that list. Because the same Lebanese people are the one using $3 million to build Joshua and Weah house. It was the same Lebanese people that gave Joshua and Weah $50,000 for his image. Liberia businessmen and women would not do such. They will not do it. The Liberian businessmen and women will not take $50,000 just for a mere picture. But Lebanese people will do it because they know what they are getting indirectly. They feel, and that's where we are coming gradually to the constitutional violation of this president. That is in itself is a violation of Article 90 of our Liberian Constitution. Article 37 has also been violated about the by-election. This is something that we must open up. Just in less than 1 year, look at how our peoples are suffering in the land. Look at the hunger that have struck in the land. Poverty and disease. Is it that God has abandoned the country called Liberia? All kinds of funny diseases are coming on our land. Funny diseases and illnesses are in the land. Because the land will continue to elect people whose hands are not clean. We continue to give power to people whose hands are not clean. We give power to the people who are not in the interest of us. Liberians, we need to be far-sighted. We need to understand that. Look at where we are as a country. Look at where we are. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf total debt. The total debt at the time under Ellen Johnson Sirleaf before leaving office. But before that, in 2016, December 31st, 2016, 938 million. 938.9 million. That was the total debt. December 31st, 2016. That was the total debt of Liberia. $938.9 million. Before the elections and before Ellen left office, it went our December 2017. Our debt increased to $1.049 billion. Now, if President Weah less than 1 year, then you are putting all into a $1 billion debt. You claim that there is no money, but your predecessor is telling the international community. That's the reason why President Weah is not getting the support that he's supposed to be getting. You want us to be jubilating now. It's just yesterday or day before yesterday that President Donald Trump recognized you. Your election was more than 3 months ago. You was elected more than 3 months ago. In no time, the Sierra Leonean president, in no time, the Sierra Leonean president, they sent delegation in effective and immediately. Delegations were sent. We will not sit down and people continue to think that the Liberian people will remain the way they are. Our country must improve. And to improve our country, we must have a president that understands the inner working. President Weah is corrupt. There is no if and but about it. President Weah is a serious calamity in our land. He is a serious being. A man who don't have respect for the rule of law. You continue to disrespect the constitutions of our land. Code of conduct, you violated the code of conduct. Article 9 of the code of section 9.5, you violated it. You took office and refused to declare your answer. Then you say, oh, the anti-corruption law. That's why you want local? We are talking about the code of conduct. You also, when you selected Aboma, a corrupt and being millionaire from Burkina Faso. If it is true, and which of course some of us know that it is not, that President Weah actually bought that place, it is a clear indication that our information given here is true. When the same man was interviewed, he said that giving plane have no string attached. But what happened? It had no string attached. And he was also asked whether that he is not interested in road construction in our country. The same man. He said no. But look at what have happened. Keep your call coming on 215-594-6133. President Weah is a serious calamity in our land. He is a serious disgrace. President Weah don't deserve my respect. President Weah don't deserve my respect. Take it to the bank and cash it. He don't deserve it. A man who continue to violate the rule of law, who continue to sell himself because of, look at the budget. Everything that President Weah has done have always been not in the interest of our people, but have always been in the interest of few of his men. The people that the president have around him are not giving him good advice, are not doing justice to him. And so because of that, the people in our land, very soon, it was the same Liberian people who told President Taylor. In fact, when President Doe killed Tobo, it was the same Liberian people who said, country woman born soldier. The same Emmanuel Shaw, former boss, President Tobo. The same Emmanuel Shaw aligned himself with President Doe. The same President Doe trusted Emmanuel Shaw. Emmanuel Shaw convinced him for them to buy a plane. That same plane was sold by Emmanuel Shaw. Emmanuel Shaw was the person who sold the Liberian people plane. At the end result, what happened? What we saw happening in our land. President Doe left when he was slaughtered by Prince Johnson. The same Liberian people told if a Liberian were jubilating, they were jubilating and asking when Chancellor will come to town. People were asking why, when is Taylor coming? The same Liberian people. After the executions of Doe, when Doe also executed the men on the pole down the beach, the same Liberian people were jubilating. The same people were jubilating. When Taylor came to town after a few days, Emmanuel Shaw and the less of order, they alarmed themselves with Taylor after the 1997. But before that, they see Emmanuel Shaw and the so-called millionaire, who is a cousin of the former president of Burkina Faso, when they took the war, the guerrilla warfare training in Libya, along with former Vice President Moses Zebla. Then were Emmanuel Shaw and this. Like I said, and you can recall us having demon forces in town. We had ATU. The first batch of ATU was 700 men. They came from Burkina Faso. These guys could not speak English. The uniform and the regalia was purchased by the so-called millionaire who was the logistic officer for Blaise Compaoré. But the Liberian people, very soon, President Weah is the first. President Weah is the first incompetent Liberian leader, incompetent democratic leader that have been elected as president in Africa, if not Liberia. Yes, he is the first incompetent democratic elected president. And you don't want us to talk about it. You don't want us to talk. Have you asked yourself, why is it that the Lebanese people continue to control our resources? Have you asked yourself? They see Emmanuel Shaw. Let me tell you. Are you not aware that Emmanuel Shaw was deported from South Africa? Are you not aware of that? Are you not aware that after the killing of his colleague in South Africa, because the South African government never had a clear, so when they went to coup, Emmanuel Shaw was deported. Emmanuel Shaw was forced to leave South Africa. They corrupt Emmanuel Shaw that the seditions are jubilating with. They say Emmanuel Shaw was the one who masterminded the killing of his colleague. But yesterday, it was wrong. When Ellen said she wanted to appoint Emmanuel Shaw as board chair, it was the same Moses Ascara Gray and others said that Emmanuel Shaw is a criminal. It is the criminal today that the president have around him as his economic advisor. Keep your call coming on 215-594-6133. Keep your call coming on our broadcast talk show or forever hold your peace. This is the Abraka Talk Show. We are not teachers. We are students. We don't intend to know it all. But we believe in our country. We believe that Liberia is the only place. Now take a short break. When we come back, we get more to give you.
Safa sapeli sizo simnyama Iwasafa Isizo saba Yamula mole Haniko kalize Wenmaye wemolo Safa sapeli sizo simnyama Iwasafa Isizo saba Yamula mole Haniko kalize Maya yakala pasa pasa pelisizo sinyama iwasafa isizo sabantu alamola haningo kalize maya wemolo Safa sapeli sizo simnyama Iwasafa isizo saba Yamula mole Haniko kalize Wenmaye wemolo Safa sapeli sizo simnyama Iwasafa
Caller, what is your name and where are you calling from? Welcome to the Abraka Talk Show.
Yeah, hello, Abraka Talk Show. I'm calling from Beijing, China.
Quickly to the issue.
Oh, yes. Pertaining your issue, I just wanted to...
It's not my issue. Pertaining to the issue that is in our country.
Oh, yeah, okay. Pertaining the issue that's facing our country today. What happened is that you, as an older man, I know you are over 30 years or 35 years old.
That is not
and
true.
Now, what I want to
No, that is not true. I am not more than 35. That is not true.
Okay, maybe if you are 30 years old, okay. But listen to me, brother. We are all Liberians. I want to ask if you are working in this government and someone try to place the government black like the way you are doing, do you think you are going to be happy if this was your government?
We are not painting the government black. We are not. The fact of the matter here is that why is it that you don't have the so-called Lebanese people goals listed? We're giving you facts. Are you not aware that the Lebanese people gave President Weah through Jefferson Koji $50,000?
Yeah, but if
for his image?
Yeah, but listen, if the Lebanese did that, you as a Nigerian citizen, you should
I should be jubilating.
The president. Yeah, so you should be jubilating because
I should be jubilating because the bribe he taking bribe.
It's not a bribe.
It's what?
It's just a goodwill.
Oh, goodwill. Thank you.
Brother, let me tell you, the Lebanese people, they are taking a lot of money from our country.
Okay.
As you may know, the Lebanese, they are exporting money to Lebanon. So if they are paying some back to our country, we're very happy for that.
Thank you, Chief.
Brother.
Thank
Try
you.
to promote the government.
I will not promote evil ideas.
It's not an evil idea.
No, listen.
No, listen to me. If it's somebody gave Liberia $1 billion, brother, you should be happy.
Thank you.
You know the England, the America you are living in.
Thank you, Chief. We have to go. We have to take other callers. Thank you.
Don't go. Don't be a stupid man. Listen to me.
You see, the seditions are what they do. You heard him insulting, referring to me as a stupid. Oh, but that is good. That is good. Yesterday, you guys insulted Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Yesterday, you guys said Ellen Johnson Sirleaf was a criminal. Yesterday, the Malba Molu and the less of the Jefferson coaching. They insulted a certain president.
Messenger audio.
And then you want us to be jubilating when your president is involved in corruption. When the same president is a toothless bulldog. I ask you a simple question. The Lebanese people, their goods are not listed on the goods that you said the tariffs were reduced on. Mosquito coil, for God in heaven's sake. Mosquito coil, chicken feet is what our people, because mosquito coil and chicken feet have been imported by Liberian businessmen and women. So it is though Liberian businessmen and women will not look at their high-end 50,000 United States dollar and give it to President Weah in the name of purchasing his image. No Liberian will ever do that. They will not do that.
Messenger audio.
But President Weah did it. They did it. The Lebanese people did it to get favor. That ESF is in violation of Article 90. The same president has just violated the PPCC law. Has just violated. How can you be leaving a country and instructing the national legislature to award a contract to this criminal millionaire from Burkina Faso? Oh yeah, the man is a criminal. In fact, the man has blood on his hands. Because they are the one that masterminded the killing of Thomas Sankara. Oh yeah, you think we don't know? We know that President Weah is proceeding wrongly. And then you don't want us to speak the truth. Look at the way things are looking in our country. In less than 1 year, gas price is weighing Georgie and Bannon. Cool. Gas price is going up. And then someone would come here and tell us it is not only Liberia that gas price is going up. Liberia, the gas that you guys are using in other countries is not the same gas that go in our land. So because of that, the gas in our land should be cheaper. The gas in our land, you take your car from the United States strictly to Liberia, you put that gas in it. Where in a country we only have one grade. One grade. And the one grade that we even have in, it's not even good. It's not even good for our car engines. You pull it in your car, automatically what happens? Your engine leg come on straight. The Liberian, you claim that we're not controlling it, but you pull it in your car, your engine leg show up. And then when we're talking, you guys claim that, you guys continue to tell us that this calamity, this unprepared president. Look at who President Weah is having. When you sign a loan, up to now the Justice Minister have not been able to come up with a statement. The Justice Minister, who is the Attorney General of the Republic of Liberia. One of the things that you should be aware of, that President Weah is incompetent, that this man have shown his incompetency in less than 1 year. This is a man that was forced to go to school. President Weah was forced. And when people are forced to go to school, this is what happened. The people forced him to go back to school. Through all his lifetime. Are you telling me President Weah went to Europe? He played soccer. He played soccer with people like Wango Kanu, JJ Okocha, Sunday Olisi, Victor Ikpekpa, Victor Agali. He played football with people like Ito. Look at their educational background. They may also play with people like Marco Ballard. Marco Ballard, who from Germany. Marco Ballard, who also earned a master's degree in mathematics at the time. He played with Terry Henry, who had master. Terry Henry having master in engineering. But this unprepared, democratic elected president that God have given us refused 2005 only to tell us that I am a high school dropout. I don't want to lie to the Liberian people. And these are some of the reasons why George Weah was not able to manage his money that he earned from soccer. Because the brother is a mumu. The brother is a mumu. Look at the way the brother is steering the affair of our country. Look at the way the brother is steering the affair of our country. Hardship, disease, and poverty have struck the land. Look at this one. Caller, what is your name and where are you calling from?
Oh, Abby, good morning. This is Christopher Tobasi. I'm calling from Chicago, North Dakota. Yeah, I'm doing good. The issue I want to quickly touch on is the killing of Thomas Sankara. You know, in Africa, Thomas Sankara is he's been, even in the world, he's been greatly received by many young people as one of the most profound president of our time. You know, so well respected his ideology and stuff like that. When the issue of the death of Thomas Sankara, I think people they like of Prince Johnson, and if you listen to Prince Johnson confession number 4, you know, on YouTube, you'll see where he explained, you know, who all was involved, and that is former President Charles Taylor and Blaise Compaoré and him and so many other Liberians. Mm-hmm. So, if anything, I will encourage the young children of Burkina Faso to go to whatsoever land so they can get justice for those, justice for the people of Burkina Faso and hold responsible people like Prince Johnson and Charles Taylor and other Liberians who participated in the murder of Thomas Sankara. You know, after that being said, just to quickly add, I think with the issue of our president, I think this generation have moved past the bad-mouthing of our president or official presidents to come and then our government official. We are seeing things from a different perspective. We are saying that this generation will be a generation of change. We want this generation will encourage our leaders to develop and build our place the way we see it of time in other developing countries, like in the Western world. This generation, we are encouraging our friends that we can criticize our leaders and our government officials, but at the same time, we must put solution on the table. We identify the problem. There are shortcomings and there are weaknesses, but we don't want to try to focus on their weaknesses a lot, but to encourage them in where they are doing good, in places that they are doing good, so that they can continue to do good for us. And just to lastly add, I would say that this generation is demanding that the president can go to wherever link to borrow money, but we are saying they should not hide when they're doing things. They should at least let us know so that we all can help them and encourage them. But if you want to go and borrow $5 billion to develop and build Liberia properly, so that I'm talking about the issue of road connectivity and building of schools and building of new hospitals and electricity and all these good things, let him do that. But do it openly. Show us how you're doing it. And this is why we are demanding. Show us how you're getting there. But we are not saying don't borrow or don't ask for money. I don't think that this generation want for our place to look at Monrovia, right. My brother. Look at the country. Look at the place you and myself come from. Look at the place you and myself come from. When Liberians step outside, other people respect Liberian. When we live in other countries, people respect us. But look at our home. It doesn't reflect. Look at Monrovia. Then I will not touch the interior part of Liberia. It is very sad. So if this generation want to make a change, I mean, we welcome that. But we are saying that they must give us information so that we don't be surprised at all time, you know. But
what you think? What you think that the president refused to include the Lebanese goods, the goods that the Lebanese people are importing in our country? The president refused to put that.
AB,
they go put mosquito coil, chicken feed, and so on, because these goods are brought in by Liberian business people. Liberian businessmen and women will not look at President Weah and pay $50,000 for his picture. Are you killing me? Lebanese will do it to get favor from him.
You know, AB, whether chicken feed or pig feed, or I love chicken feed and pig. I know chicken feed is one of the major Liberian food. We love it, you know, but I want for them to increase tariff on major goods as well, and not just the chicken feed. The chicken feed is for the poor people, you know. Paying a little bit of tax on it is not a problem, but at least on the major commodities that are coming in or other things, let them increase tariff on them. If that will help the government to create more revenue so that they can do work, let them go ahead. But maybe look at some Liberian people think that government must do everything. One of my uncles sent me a very beautiful writing yesterday, and when I look at it, it made me feel so good. I even share it around. You know, in his writing, he said that most Liberians think that government must do everything. Most Liberians think that government must go in their home to take out their trash. Most Liberians think that they must not be involved in the development of their country and their people. Most Liberians think that government school, you know, they don't care. They go and break the benches. They go and some of them want to poop in a classroom. They say, oh, this is government property. We don't care. So Liberian mentality got to change. In this generation, it all boils down to lack of education. You got a country that got 15% education, AB. It will be tough. So we got to first of all bring our educational system to 60% so that we can compete with the rest of the world. You know, and that's why I want to say this morning. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
When was President Weah during the campaign time, I must be very thankful to Joseph Nyuma Boakai. Oh, thank God to Joseph Nyuma Boakai. Thank God to Joseph Nyuma Boakai. Let's take this one. Caller, what is your name and where are you calling from? Welcome to the Abraka Talk Show.
Thank you this morning. I called from Japan. I followed the discussion. I say thank you for the primacy you laid down. Looking at the prevailing circumstances facing our country. I'd just like to add my voice because there are a couple of difficult things that are ongoing in Liberia. And for us who have our wives and our kids out there, you know, we worry almost every day. So we just like to use this medium to also talk to the government, at least to be able to help in making sure that the issues of price economically is reduced in a way that at least the people can be able to have a way to sustain themselves. But you already made some basic, very strong points this morning, and which are still wonderful and I welcome you. But I just want us to see whether we can. I mean, because every day we read the papers, the newspapers, and there's no one person from Liberia is kind of in favor of some of the things the government is doing, except the guy in the CDC paradigm who continue to back the ills and those things that are doing negatively. But let me tell you seriously, I mean, the life of all of people, like God was talking about Thomas Sankara. You can compare Thomas Sankara with what CDC, what Weah is doing, though both of them may have similar education ability. But Thomas Sankara was more developmental and more focus-driven as compared to George Weah. I mean, Thomas Sankara took over in less than 4 years. I mean, he was able to transform the entire Burkina Faso today. That up to his assassination, after people cannot stop wondering some of the things he did. But in our own contemporary setting, I mean, Liberia is a place where, I mean, everything is just that we are rich in natural resources. We have so many things that can make us to transform our nation.
And that's what we said that President Weah, and I continue to say, he's the unprepared democratic elected president ever.
I mean, if you say that, I can support you in that direction, really, because if you were prepared democratically up to this president, he can control the market prices, and I mean, it's something that unbefitting. I mean, like I'll tell you, one of my colleagues, one of our chat room this evening, I'll tell you, I said, man, better than we call back the president of Eddie Jones and said, look, come back. Because, I mean, things were much more better doing or 10 years than now, but now it has escalated. What happened in the next, it's just about 4 months. I mean, 5 months. we going gradually. By the time you read it next year, now you see all the things are running through now. Will not be uncontrollable. It's difficult. Though commerce, Minister of Commerce is doing well too. Wasn't that expecting to one engagement, but to look at major commodity and lead them and don't reduce tariff on them, go reduce tariff on chicken feed. What significance does it put on the society? So that's my contribution.
Thank
Let
you,
the government try to look towards that direction. Thank you, brother. Thank you for the show tonight.
Thank you. Like I said, President Weah is a serious disaster. He is a disaster. He's a serious calamity in our land. President Weah is an Ameti. He is the unprepared democratic elected president ever in the history of our country. This is the man who continued to align himself. Like I was saying, that thank God for Joseph Newman Walker for beating senses into George Manning Weah's head. Thank God. Thank God that during the campaign period, that Joseph Newman Walker told the Liberian people that our priorities were roads. That the Liberian people need roads. All his campaign messages was row, 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 and row. George Manning Weah and along with Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, they were masquerading and mustering the corridor without any defined message. That's what happened when the unprepared are given power. That's what happened when a Mickey Mouse, a toothless bulldog, like President Weah. And I said that President Weah is corrupt, and the Liberian people have gotten to see his corruption. You go alarm yourself with criminal from Burkina Faso. You claim he's a millionaire. It was not the same guy along with Emmanuel Shaw when he was supplying the ETU with uniform. When he started supplying, because this criminal who you're claiming he is the friend of the president, is it not a cousin of Blaise Compaoré? Is it not Blaise Compaoré cousin? Is it not the same man who was supplying our administration then with arms and ammunition? How do you think this man got his $1 million? In Burkina Faso, when Blaise Compaoré was president, how do you think this man continued? Today, why would they not hear about his construction company long ago? Long ago. But because this man was the logistic officer at the time. And you claim that Liberia is moving forward. It's a pity. It's a pity on our land to see our people proceeding and people there jubilating, and they want us to be glorifying him. You really think that some of us will glorify George Manning Weah? Because everything that George Manning Weah ever did is not in the interest of our people. It is not in our people's interest. We have with us this morning a clip, because our network have been monitored in Liberia. And let us say thank you to the people of Bon County for relaying our show. Let us also say thank you to the people of Nima for relaying our show. Many thanks to them. We have a communication here from the vice president office secretly trying to dismiss chief. One of the person that the vice president went to, telling them to dismiss chief that are not in line with the CDC. CDC was not going to win no election in our country without coalition. Ameti, history is something that we must look at carefully. Joshman and Weah contested 2005. The second round, he went on a coalition. Joshman and Weah was flogged 2011 with Winston Tuckman. Within the same CDC, a man who joined CDC in less than 6 months at the time defeated Joshman and Weah in CDC primary. Defeated him. So for us, we knew and we will continue to speak on the truth. The vice president went to one of the oldest chiefs in our country. And one of the oldest chiefs that know history in our land having to be Chief Baworo. Chief Baworo is one of the oldest chiefs. In fact, he is one of the councilmen who gave advice to the National Traditional Council. At the time, I worked closely with him when I was appointed to serve as a youth chairman for the National Traditional Council of the Republic of Liberia. The vice president went to Chief Baworo just few days ago after she made that reckless statement. That statement was reckless. The statement that the vice president made. The Tanchi and Paramachi are not forced to be member of your so-called disjointed political party or political institution. The people are not forced to do so. The people must move. The people must be moved by convictions to join political party of their choice. That is the democracy that our forefathers died for long ago. We will not be here to encourage Joshman and Weah reckless attitude and behaviors in our land. We will not get it. We will not be here and be accepting that. When Farmer John, look at Ministry of Health. Ministry of Health and Social Welfare. Up to now, the people have not taken pay. And then you say, you are in the interest of the masses. People here jumping around, singing praise and worship songs. You can go, you buy all. Go and buy all the talk show hosts. Go and buy all of them. But it does not just make sense. Even you can buy the whole world. Some of us will continue to speak on the truth. Why the Liberian people, and the Liberian people have not sat down and asked, why is it only chicken feet? Our people in Bon County are listening. Why is it it's chicken feet and mosquito coil? Because the people that are importing these goods are Liberians. Caller, what is your name and where are you calling from? Welcome to the Abraka Talk Show.
Yeah, Ebi, thank you so much for welcoming on your platform.
Say that again.
I said thank you so much for welcoming your platform. My name is Abba BK. I call from Trenton, New Jersey. I've been following your show from the day of 2017 election series. But my brother, you've been articulating the issue recently. Actually, all your points are clear. As you get to our one country, Liberia. But my brother, history also, we should take that into account. Before we come in, on top show, making points on issues that relate to our country, let's go to history. Let's look at 1980 government. For the 1980 government, 1980 government was quite apart because of the shift corruption. We Liberians also say, how here, Liberia, how here, we won't go. You say, Banga issue that Germany, Charter, okay. Charter, MPFL here from Banga. Why would Liberia is benefiting from all the politicians, all the issues there continuously? We keep telling people they're not government good. We are taking from them. They're not government good. They're not government good. And we're not going backward. We're not going in front. We are still not going nowhere. All the issues from back a few days, they're not useful for the common people. Our Liberian people, all Liberians are educated. All of them are great speakers. So who are we going to put as leader now? That's my question.
We'll answer that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, brother.
You know, I wanted to talk about the issues of the money. The U.S. rate continue. You see, people continue to say, oh, it was Liberty Party. It was Liberty Party. When Liberty Party took the National Election Commission, oh, thank God for Charles Walker Bronsky. Now we can speak. It was the same Liberty Party when they took, then to court. The National Election Commission to court. The seditions were jubilating in the corner. Look at this one. Caller, what is your name and where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Fargo, North Dakota. My name is Cassius Massa.
Quickly,
I was just listening to your show and I really appreciate all of the message that you try to put across. But, you know, I'm a little bit confused about the Liberian politics nowadays. When I was growing out, coming down to the Charles Taylor administration to that of the Eddie Johnson City administration, I saw a lot of mature politicians engaging those government. But I don't know, since the Weah administration came to power, I just noticed that all of those guys have gone silent, such as the deputy, Amos Sawyers, the Kofi Woods. I mean, those
Kofi Woods have not gone silent. If you don't know, Kofi Woods is soliciting, along with other individuals that name I will not call. They are currently in the United States meeting with world leaders. They met with the War Crime Court chief prosecutor. They were discussing the interests of our country. Kofi Woods have not gone silent, but it's just that he is not in Liberia. He is always in and out.
Yeah, Brian, Kofi Woods, for me, Kofi Woods is silent. Kofi Woods is pushing out there for War Crime Court because of the bitterness that you have with Eddie Johnson said. My point is, when you come to look at all of the mismanagement that is going on in Liberia, none of the experienced guys are speaking up. It's just for you and the other young guys that are just coming into Liberian politics, talking the direct bit on some of those guys on the top shows and other stuff. I mean, if we have those experienced and well-known politicians getting involved, Weah will have a little bit of break. But right now, I think all of those guys just around him, so there's no fear. It's like you run your home, and your oldest brother is doing something. Daddy is not talking. Mommy is not talking. And you have your few little brothers out there talking. The oldest brother, I'm going to listen.
I mean, you want the people to kill them, huh? You want them to kill them?
No, but I mean, if Taylor didn't kill them, Eddie Johnson didn't kill them, so it's just Weah are going to kill them.
Weah is a complete dictator. The man continue to strengthen it. Look, let me tell you something.
Excuse me before you come in. Weah is not a dictator compared to Samuel Cato. Those guys were into Samuel Doe flesh. I will not mature. But why are they silent? That is my question. Why are they silent?
Okay, but we'll not wait for them to speak. We will be talking first.
I agree. That's it. Anyway, I will congratulate the youngest generation at the steps that we are taking, and I hope we keep it on. But I think, I don't know, Weah just need to go back to the drawing board, try to look at some of the complaints that the young generations are giving, because we said we want our generational change, and you have to listen to us too. Thank you for the show.
Thank you. I am one of those that are saying that Josh Weah need to recuse himself. Take it to the bank and cash it. Josh Weah need to recuse himself. Josh Weah, he cannot be presiding over our country resources. At the same time, presiding and conducting the affair of an humanitarian so-called charity organization. You cannot be a head of a charity organization at the same time. It's just we are not what? All the former president that normally fund foundation, it is done when they leave office, not when they are in office. Josh we are not get sense. Whether the men get sense, simple thing the men know it. That in itself is conflict of interest. That in itself is in violation. We understand. My people, we understand they want. That Josh we are taking money from the Lebanese community. We know that the brother is corrupt. We said that the brother came to the presidency as a for the matter of fact, Josh Weah is the poorest war best ever in the history of soccer before becoming president. Josh Weah. And then people claim that the man is good, the man is we love him. Love cannot be measured. Love in no way can be measured. Love cannot even be seen. This man is corrupt. He is corrupt to the highest. Now take a short break.
Safa sapeli sizo sinyama Iwasafa Isizo saba Kavula mole Hani ko kalize Wemaye wemodo Safa sapeli sizo sinyama Iwasafa Isizo saba Kavula mole Hani ko kalize Maya kala pasa pasa pelisizo sinyama iwasafa isizo sabatu alamola aningo kalize maya wemodo
Keep your call coming on 215-594-6133. This is the Abraka Talk Show. We don't intend to know it all. We are students. We are not teachers. For those of you that believe in Josh Weah, for those of you that think that he is the Messiah, he is not. He's just a mere politician, an incompetent leader that have been democratically elected. And he has continued to show his incompetency as a corrupt individual. He has continued to prove to the world that he don't have no respect for the rule of law. And because of that, some of us will not sing praise and worship song to Josh Weah. Not even the seditions. And so for some of us, we are not looking, we already have friends. We are not looking for new one. And if the new one comes and think that some of us are insulting their leader. Yesterday when Malba Malu was insulting Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, when the John J. Wagner, who is the acting president, when he was insulting the Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, when the Malba came Malu, the liar who one point in time said he met with President Barack Obama, a mere Kinju drinker who is not presiding over the party of the CDC. Where is this party manifesto? What is the party plan for the masses? What is the regime plan? What is their manifesto? What they intend to do for the Zogos? What have they done? What are the programs that have been introduced? The so-called propo. There is nothing called propo. There is nothing absolutely called propo. It's a measure and a big bluff show. And maybe the finance minister need to understand that he no longer presides over the University of Liberia board anymore. That he need to put himself, because you gave him the whole day, the brother will steal the show. This government is not prepared, and we are asking George Manuel Weah to recuse himself now. We are asking him to recuse himself from the so-called charity. If people claim that George Manuel Weah has charity organization, where was this organization? Where? Did you ever hear about this organization during the time he was senator? A mere bluff. Corrupt young man. Did you ever hear about it? But why is it if George Weah at the time to go to City Hall to say, oh, he launching a charity, the Lebanese people will not go there. The time he was senator, the Lebanese people will not go there. But the man became president, start constructing his own. Look at what has been happening. The Lebanese people decide in our land how much they should sell bacon fry. $75. And then people want for us to glorify him. The gas price gone sky high. People say, oh, it is around the world. The gas here at $3. The gas now $5, it's $3. Even if it is that, the gas that we use here is not the same gas in our country. Liberia is one of the African countries that I have been to that only have one grade. To the extent that you put that gas in your car, the engine light turns on automatically. And then you want us to be paying such a money for that kind of gas? You want to compare that gas price or that gas with other gas in the international community? Is it what you want us to do? George Manuel Weah is incompetent, and he is just a BM. He's a BM. George Manuel Weah is a mere criminal. A white-collar criminal he is. An attempt to audit Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. An attempt to audit Ellen. Liberia, that will be the beginning of the turning of George Manuel Weah presidency. Look at this one. Caller, what is your name and where are you calling from? Welcome to the Abraka Talk Show.
Good morning, Mr. Kamara. My name is Jesse. I'm calling from Philadelphia. Yeah, I was just calling firstly to tell you thanks for allowing me on your platform. And I also want to give you thanks for the uncountable sacrifices that you guys are taking while you guys are in the awareness proceeding. People are calling, abusing you guys for that, make you guys to be more stronger. And I was really calling in reference to one other guy that called, and you were asking or you're trying to estimate your age and other stuff, and you end up about using performance on the national media. But what I want to tell you, brother, you continue to do what you're doing, because there are a lot of people who are not aware. And besides that, you know, when citizens come on any platform, you will know them. You don't have to look for them. Just tell them hello. After you tell them hi, they right to respond with double dues. So I just want to encourage you, just keep on doing what you're doing, because you're bringing a lot of fight that people don't know. Like some of us, we are so busy with our jobs and other things that we're doing, we don't have the opportunity to do research as you're doing, taking your own time that you're not being paid for, just making us to understand what is going on. And for the president himself, I hope that he's listening to some of these things. These are all there to put him on his guard. Because people who are just singing hallelujah choir to him, they just want to see a downfall. For some of you who are criticizing him because you want him to do the right thing, I don't want him to do the same thing that we say it is time to do. So I just want to commend you and continue to do what you're doing, brother. Don't be distracted. They're going to abuse you. They're going to say anything that they want to say about you. You just be professional as you are doing your job. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. On this platform, for us, we are Liberians. We are not going to engage into what the sedition did yesterday. This democracy that our forefathers died for, we will enjoy it. We will enjoy it. When you brought a BM company called Atom, this company was extracted. This company was extracted from doing business in Singapore. They banned and they said, look, you have been sleeping. We can't understand your scope of operation. These companies have been sleeping. Crooked and criminal Emmanuel Shaw. And for those of you who don't know, this company also, let me give you the account information. This company information, their account number, ACRA 18050717426. Now, the same company, Emmanuel Shaw, crooked and criminal Emmanuel Shaw, that the seditions are jubilating. It was the same Emmanuel Shaw that brought Ebomat. The so-called millionaire from Burkina Faso, the criminal. These are the guys that masterminded the killing of Thomas Sankara. He is a cousin of Blaise Compaoré. That is the reason why Blaise, this guy was getting out of the contract, out of the road contract in Burkina Faso. Because he knew how Blaise Compaoré came to power. It is this same man that George Manuel Weah saying, George Manuel Weah can't talk about. I've been knowing him long ago. Blenting lie. It is Emmanuel Shaw who introduced this man to George Weah. Are you not aware that during the campaign period, when Joe Howard Taylor said on the phone that when George Weah said he talked to Charles Taylor, who was talking with Charles Taylor at the time? It was Joe Howard Taylor who linked Charles Taylor to talk to President Weah before the campaign, when they went for their primary, so that she can be chosen to be his running mate. They see Emmanuel Shaw came in that picture. They see Shaw. Then he started carrying Shaw to places. Shaw started taking him to places, introducing him. In one of their conversations, former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf make it clear. I thought y'all said this man was a barman. You know how Ellen can talk softly. I thought y'all said this man was a barman. Oh, that the same man you're whining and dining with. Now the seditions can see. They can see. If you think that some of us will continue to be silent, we don't want government job. We don't want a penny from the administration. I don't want a penny. All we are saying, let the life of our people improve. First time for the entire first family to be foreigner. The entire first family of our land, they are foreigners. His son playing for the United States. His wife is from Jamaica. And you just name it. Josh Weah was broke to the extent, my people. That man was broke to the extent. He put his house on the market. His house in Florida. Including the one he had to Staten Island. He could not manage both houses at the same time. Moses Ascaro Gray, who is a good friend of mine, was able to convince him that we can make you senator. Because it was really shit. Really shit it was. That how come it was shit to the extent the brother could not pay his daughter's school fees. They had to take the man for child support. Imagine a man who had 90 million, we was told. Imagine the man who had 90 million was taken for child support. Imagine that. Then you get the clear understanding how broke this political calamity is. Imagine about that. Think about that. The brother is very good in womanizing. I don't want to go there. But he no longer a private citizen. So we must touch on everything bit and pieces. You can curse me all you want. Insult me all you want. Curse my generation. That will not make me to be deterred. We will hold your feet to the fire heat. Now it's a glaring fact that Josh Weah will not be going for second term. They discussed it before in their meeting. And so Joa Taylor trying to use that to be her own boss. And then they are indicating that the next person in line from the CDC is Jefferson Kochi. Over our dead body, that will happen. Over our dead body, that will happen. We will not give power to unprepared individuals for the second time. We are not prepared to do that. Because we now see where our country is going. Look at other countries. But you know, sometimes when I sit down, if you are thinking that Jefferson Kochi is the next in line from your corrupt and so-called grassroots political party, you're joking. You're joking. The brother is unprepared. The brother is not. Josh Weah is the biggest disgrace that Liberia ever. No president can be compared to him. Because the brother, common sense. Josh Weah don't have it. Common sense. They see, you see, when you take incompetent individual, you implore them to central bank. Now what can happen? The U.S. rates going up. You know some of the reason? The reason for the U.S. rates going up is because we have enough Liberian dollars on the market. How the money came on the market? When central bank is taking dilapidated money from the market, you know they have a place underground at central bank where the machine is to grind all this money to grant the old money from the market. So they take this money from the business people to change it to the new money. Remember that the central bank in who with the former president Ellen Johnson Sirleaf and that of George Manuel Weah, when they said that they were printing 5 million, the central bank went ahead to print 5 billion Liberian dollars. Instead of 5 million, they printed 5 billion Liberian dollars. It was how they introduced the new money prior to the campaign, specifically in August. Get that clear. George Manuel Weah refused to tell the Liberian people how the printing of the money, how much data was printed, where, because for security reasons, they cannot expose where the money was printed from, the country, the company. For security reasons, they don't do that. But they also tell us how much was printed. George Manuel Weah refused to tell the Liberian people. You brought in competent people at Central Bank after you took over from Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Now what happened? The same people, when they collect the dilapidated money from the market, they're seeing seditions that are working at Central Bank. Instead of them granting the money, they take the old money. When they're going home, they carry it. They go give it to their relatives. Their relatives bring it again to Central Bank for them to change it. So they see old money just circulating. So before you made up your mind, you found out that there are surplus of Liberian data on the market. So what happens? The demand for US increases. If the money had been, not surplus as the way it is, what was going to happen? The rate was going to drop because everybody was going to be yearning for Liberian dollars. But our country, that's the country we find ourselves, and that's where we are. That's where we are. But for us, we'll continue to speak on the truth. We'll continue to speak the truth. We're not begging you. You come here, you cost me, that's it. I'm not going to pick you or neither lay you down. I don't want a job. I am satisfied with what I'm making. I am satisfied. And I have people, including the president, can wake up in the morning to listen. Because we told the Justice Ministry to recuse himself because he was part of the NOCA. Is that not madness? Madness! That George Manuel Weah, after they gave the report, he said, I submitted the report to the National Legislature. Madness. You don't know the law. George Manuel Weah, you put out a committee to carry on an investigation about corruption. Why you must submit the report to the National Legislature? You don't know your function. When you take the unprepared, when you give power to the unprepared, that's what can happen. The next person we expected for the report to go to is the Justice Ministry. But we told you, the very same lawmaker, when some of them are in that report, former and present lawmaker names are Elominza Anans. Today now she is called Elominza Ba. Her name is in that report. One of the person, Sano Johnson, will show you the clip. Let me see what I can show to my audience. Sano Johnson received his own court. We were able to get hold of the check that was issued to Samuel Johnson, the 31,000. He received his own cut. Samuel Johnson received his cut. Then you send the report to the same national legislature for them to do what? For them to do what? This is the check. This is the check for Samuel Johnson from the central bank. Because the money came through central bank. This is the check. That is the picture of the check. And then you want us to be glorifying you. You want us to be telling you thank you. You want us to be telling you thank you, really? Do you really want us to be telling you thank you? Why you did not submit the report to central bank? To the Justice Ministry. When the report came out about B-Ball 1, B-Ball 2, Ellen did not go to the national legislature. There are laws on the book when it comes to corruption. But Joshua Weah is incompetent, unprepared, disjointed, and he doesn't know his way around. The political party have become the political party of the bourgeois. Have become a political party of the bourgeois. So we will not glorify you. We will not tell you thank you, because we know our worth. We know our worth. We know what we stand for. To have people like Josh Weah, it's a pity. That was the Ghanaian president at the time. And the Guinean president, he said, I thought the Liberian people was going to elect our colleagues, our peers. When Josh Weah sit down among people like Professor Alpha Conte, when he said with Lassana Ouattara, when that man sit down with Uhuru Kenyatta from Kenya, when he sat down with people like John Pombe Magufuli from Tanzania, Paul Kagame from Rwanda, what would they men be saying? Or is that what you will be saying? Josh Weah is a serious disgrace to our land. Serious one. The life of our people have not been improved, and until the life of our people can improve, we will not stop talking.
You've been very strong speaking out against Mr. George Weah. Why do you think he would be the wrong person to rule this country?
He was the world best, European best, Africa best, all the best, right? He made so much money. We are told $93 million. I stand to be corrected in this amount. But he made so much money to the extent that the United Nations looked at him and made him what? United Nations ambassador for UNICEF to donate his money to suffering children around the world. How many children in Liberia did he prioritize? Nothing. There's no George Weah Foundation. There's no sports academy. There's no recreation center. There's no public library for public school students. There is absolutely nothing. Money is gone. You want to be president to set over our resources. The same way you mismanage yours, you will mismanage ours. That's what I think. We fear rigging. We fear rigging. If there's a rig election, we fear national civil response by the people of this country.
Fear that she might use her power not to rig for maybe the Unity Party, but for her new favorite candidate now.
She's a politician is a very tricky person. A politician is unpredictable. So she might, because her son is in CDC, she might, and then Senator Gbazon Afili, that she has been supporting all along and interacting with, is also in CDC. McIntosh It's in CDC. A lot of prominent people from the
CDC. You listen to Prince Johnson. That was before the election. The man mismanaged his own money. The Liberian people did not see reasons to elect another person, but elected someone who mismanaged all of his resources. Common sense. Common sense. Common sense. Our people are suffering. Our people in Butu and Kample. Our people from Sanikole. Our people from Saklepi. Our people from Butu. Our people from Biotu. Our people from Bekena and Zowena. Our people from Palala. Our people from Salala. Our people from Kolam, Vahu, and Masamolahu. Our people from Bomi. Our people from Gola Kone, Gaula, Grand Cape Man County. Our people from Bapolu, Bopolu. Our people are suffering. Our people are suffering. Our people don't deserve what they are going through. Liberia deserves better. It is a pity that in less than 1 year, that George Weah increasing our debt to 2 billion. But George Weah, let me inform you that you are indicating to us that the road from Nima, I am quickly going there. Let me get the correct one that you said. Let me go there so I can correct you quickly before we come to an end. So I can correct you and also your cronies. Those who taking crumbs. Some of you are not taking crumbs from your table. We know you are listening and some of your cronies are listening. You indicated that the road project from Zwedru to Greenville, from Toasttown to Ivory Coast. Let me inform you quickly that the road project from Toasttown to Ivory Coast and the road project also in Nima have been sponsored by the international community, the European Union. We have that document, we have that here. So stop lying. You know the scheming tactics. George Weah was not exact. The scheming tactics that they are trying, they're trying to construct the bridge in Morovia and some of the corridors, the major road corridors within the city. Scheming. You are indirectly paying for the jet. We said it. The Liberian people will get to know alas. The Liberian people will get to know alas that you are not in our interest. The Liberian people will get to know. Gradually, the masses are getting the message. They are getting the message gradually. And because they are getting the message, And so we remain to talk in the interest of our people. If you took a loan of 36.4 million, the interest is 62 million dollars. Liberian people will be paying back 600 million for the first loan, plus the second loan for Ebermark Company loan, which is 4-page document that we also have in our possession. The pre-finance loan, 420. The interest for that is 30 million. You took a loan, the interest is 30 million. You are both for them. Liberian government, the Liberian people will be paying the total of 1 billion plus 50 million. That's what we'll be paying. You took loan for 15 years, but yet we know that you are only in power for 6 years. But that is Liberia. Before we go, why is it that the Lebanese people goes? Let's take our last caller. Caller, what is your name and where are you calling from? Welcome to your Abraka Talk Show.
Hello, my brother. I'm the Charles Khan calling from Liberia.
Quickly.
Okay. I'm listening to your talk shows because I was on the Facebook and then I was able to get the conversation. But personally, everything that you are speaking on pertaining to this government, people will not understand. My brother, I think that we are telling the Liberian people that this government, the Trinity-led government, is not coming for any group of the Liberian people. We have serious problems that is ongoing, especially for those Liberians that is in this country, that is in Liberia. We know the situation that is unfolding. But as I speak now, my brother, personally.
So how much are buying back right now in Liberia?
Good question. Back right now is 2,100. It's great. You know where it comes from? It's 2,700.
Oh.
2,700 is great.
Oh.
Listen to me. I get a schools there at $2,700 Liberian dollars for 25 kilos.
Oh.
It's great there. It's taking into consideration that the things prices now are going on very high in the market. Right now in the market, I can tell you, my brother, if you want to eat better good food in the market now in Liberia, if you want to eat a very, very good food, you should tell you like nothing less than $2,000 in the market with a special rice.
Oh.
We are in a serious economic crisis. We are in a serious economic crisis. Look at some people who are in this country. They don't know what is going on in Liberia. The masses are suffering. People stay up there, all people in America, all people in the person of a few down Facebook, excuse me for that expression, trying to defend the government. People are suffering. Right now, it's here Joshua, in town, in Texas, it's $160,000. But before, it was 70. You know how much, you know the difference is? From right now to Inter, it's almost $200.
Oh, okay. All right.
So, when we used to tell the people that we should not mortgage this country to somebody who does not have the charisma of taking Liberian people and taking this country to one state to another, because the men are country giant, the men are doing the country, you country giant?
Yeah, the men know how to. The country giant know. The country giant know. Go ahead.
The man attacked his property that he never touched for the past 15 to 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
The APC similarity. Let me name it. They say you play for money in a show, you know. The APC similarity. going to Wawafi Highway. He had about 5 acres. He had about 5 acres there. That land that sat up for 20 to 25 years that he never touched. The house was so deplorable on that street. He couldn't even renovate it. It sat up for almost 15 years. The city dropping, the city getting justice. When the metro power in less than 2 months, the man naturally will demolish the house down.
No, they say we against you. The poor causing me, they say the thing they are talking, and that makes sense.
So, the man has started to tackle his own personal property in Ghana. We are building information in Ghana. That
the man has started constructing his house in Ghana.
You understand it? So, when people is sitting there, we are in a serious economic crisis. Look at what they make in this time, brother. Somebody that gave you free, you can't already on Facebook. On Facebook, you beautiful like clarity is having a friend. The man said, you will not be using commercial free when you go to conferences and other things, when you go to represent like all the country, for you to push your morale. Then the same man, you think about the contract? It's a corporate interest. You breaking the people, the people in law. Never will not even know. You giving the same contract, and then if it's book or it's taking a record in the house, a criminal record. You give this one criminal. When you are sitting there, you say, okay, they won't see the unity party, they won't see the unity party, they won't see the unity party. So come here to do the same thing. When I say unity party, we're not doing. And you come here to do the same thing. Then people is increasing day to day. Every day you see them, people don't eat in this country. People beg. People can be walking, talking about a Saturday, they're getting crazy. Other people don't know. The city was a rent out school, school is about to open. You know what happened? The schools are coming to increase.
Thank you, Chief. Thank you, Chief.
Bye-bye.
This is how people sometimes get in the street to start. That had a demonstration, and they're walking in our country. People started complaining in the corridor. People started complaining in the corridor, and the government says not to listen. When Calasco, who is listening now, who is around the president, and the likes of Moses Ascara Gray and other people, because left is good with them, the thing left is good with our brothers and sisters in the other in the labor counties. Look at the color. You can tell from this color voice how frustrated he is. You can tell. Let's take this one. Color, what is your name and where are you calling from? Welcome to the Abraka Talk Show. Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Quickly.
My name is Edwin and I call from Washington, Seattle.
Quickly, Chief.
There are a few things that...
Hello? These are the seditions when they call. They want to hold on to the land. And will not be deterred. Will not be deterred. You call if you don't want to speak, we'll cut you off. Hello?
Hello? Hello?
Quickly.
Yes, I say I'm Edwin and I call from... I'm Edwin with a junior and I call from Seattle, Washington.
Quickly.
Yeah, there are a few things that I want you to clarify for me.
Quickly.
One, I want to know, like, what was the year rate before George Weah became president in Liberia?
When was what?
What was the U.S. rate before George Weah became president in Liberia?
Mm-hmm.
What was the price of Becker rice before he became president in Liberia?
When was what?
What was the price of Becker rice before he became president in Liberia?
Uh-huh.
And can you please go over the loan that you are speaking of, where you said within 15 years, the Liberian people will be in like 1.5 billion debt.
Mm-hmm.
Can you clarify that? Because I was listening to that and I didn't get the entire figure.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
You know, for some of us, we will continue to speak on the truth. And there are many of you that will insult me continue insulting. I can be found on Facebook as Mzee Abraham K. Kamara. I'm the only Mzee Abraham K. Kamara II on Facebook. I'm the only one. Many of you will go and send me friend requests, seditions. You're covertly inboxing me and telling me. But the caller I just called indicating what was the US rate. Before, when they brought the amount, I repeat, before they print the new money, before the new money was printed, before the 5 billion Liberian dollar was printed, some of you don't even know how many dollar was printed. The 5 billion. It's supposed to be 5 million. But because of Ellen crookedness and has BAFTAs, President George Manuel Weah in a church of corruption. So President Weah have become one of the godfather, one of the preacher in the church of corruption. At the time, the US rate was between 120, 110. It started going on. Later on, it was 90. When we realized election was coming, when they brought the new money, that's the time we started experiencing the rate going on. Then the election came. When the election came, you had Liberty Party who took NEC to court. Then the rate went to 121. Because everybody started holding their money. Nobody wanted to invest because they were scary. According to the seditionists, you took over. When you brought the guys that I'm not calling names. You know who you sent to Central Bank. You know the seditionists are working to Central Bank. Those incompetent seditionists, just like their political leader. You send them to Central Bank. What happened? When you send them, what happened? You send the same people to Central Bank. They go and collect the money because at Central Bank is requesting for the dilapidated old money. You go and request for it. Down Central Bank, downstairs, there is a machine man downstairs that is there to shred the old money. The seditionists go and take it. They take that money, instead of them shredding it, they take that same money, they carry home to their girlfriends and their wife and children. The next day, the same old money coming back to Central Bank. More money going out. The bosses themselves, they are part and parcels of it. But you blame the government. So at the end result, what have happened? The U.S. is scarcity. You have surplus of the Liberian dollars on the market. But if the Liberian dollar was not surplus as it is, the U.S. rate was definitely going to drop. The demand for U.S. dollar is high than the Liberian dollars. The same Lebanese people who gave in George Manuel Weah 50,000 for picture. We need to be careful. We need to be careful. The loan, quickly to the loan. The loan is 1 billion if it is approved. The first loan in 15 years. In 15 years, George Manuel Weah will still be president for our country. The Constitution only gave you 2 terms, which is 12 years. He will not be. That means the next government will be taking over a complete disaster and financial burning. We need to speak out because we ourselves, we are the cause of our own problem. We are the cause of our own problem. Look, the children of Israel, the children of Israel, when God told them that I will not be communicating with you like the way I used to communicate with you before, I am sending you guys a leader. And in fact, God went ahead and told the children of Israel the characteristics of a leader. It's not me saying it. God was telling the children of Israel. Why is it a leader must be homo? A leader should be someone who fears God. A leader should be wise. Does Josh Mannen Weah fear God? The man is all in society. That is some of the reason Ellen Johnson Sirleaf did not support Joseph Newman Boakai, because Joseph Newman Boakai was not part of the Agboyo society, which Josh Mannen Weah is part of the lodge. Josh Mannen Weah is a big society, Masonic man. Because Ellen Johnson Sirleaf is part of the women's society called the Eastern Star. That's why you used to always see the star on Ellen Johnson Sirleaf hater. During the inauguration, that stuff is from the Masonic. So Josh Mannen Weah, the children of Israel, when God told them that I will send you guys a leader. Who was the leader that God was speaking of? God was speaking about Samuel. God was talking about Samuel. God sent Samuel to the Israelites. At the end result, what happens? What happened? The children of Israel rejected him. They rejected Samuel. Samuel went back to God crying. Crying to God. Crying to God. Telling God, God, the children of Israel have rejected me. God told Samuel, Samuel, don't cry. The children of Israel have not rejected you. It is me that they have rejected. Hunger struck in the land. Poverty and disease struck in the land. Did our people reject our modern day Samuel? Did our people really reject our modern day Samuel? That's left with you, our audience.
It's political leadership. If you want to get wealth without working for it at all, join African politics. My people, where you at? Where you at? Wake up from your slumber, stop sleeping. Wave your hands, wave your hands, wave your hands, wave your hands. Come on, come on, come on. I know you're sleeping now.
We started this morning.
Okay, let's go.
The man who Josh Mannen claimed he is a millionaire, the man is a criminal. The man was the one who was the logistic officer that brought demon forces to town. He was the logistic officer for the former president of Burkina Faso, Blaise Compaoré. And you know how Blaise Compaoré and the legs of Prince Weah Johnson executed, if not masterminded, the killing of Thomas Sankara. So Josh Manuel Weah is claiming that that man is his best friend. So on this note, this is how I would like to go home on the Abraka talk show. Trust me, tomorrow morning we will be seated with new topic. And we say many thanks to our audience, to people who have been sharing this page, who continue to share our page. We say thank you, yeah. We are not teachers, we are students. We don't intend to know it all. We say thank you to President Weah for listening to me this morning. We say thank you to Hekronin for making all the comments that they have been making since this morning. And so to our supporters, we say thank you. Continue to share the page. Continue to like the page. Our anniversary is gradually coming. We are going to identify projects in our country that our teachers that will be selling out, the money will go to. And that coming to me. Our audience will identify projects. Our audience will identify projects, if not school, that the money will go to. Not because I am the founding father of this talk show, or if not the CEO of the Abraka talk show, so I should just dictate to anything that we want for us to do. You yourself that have been listening, that continue to make your comment, you also all share in this company. And so you also have share here. So know that this thing is not for my one, it's in the interest of our people. Anything that will benefit our people is what that I will put my life on the line for. And so what must I do? Let me say thank you and bye-bye for now.
When